Hey friends, if you are planning a Walt Disney World trip for May 2026, this is your quick guide to everything that you need to know. So we're going to break this down and we're going to talk about crowds and happenings to be aware of. We're going to talk about the weather that you can expect. Building on that, some things that you should make sure you are packing. We are going to talk about special park events, and then of course any closings or refurbishments that you should be on the lookout for this month. That being said, let's jump in. If you're new here, hi, I'm Kinsey, a Disney loving mama and travel agent who helps families tailor their vacations to fit their budget, pace, and personalities. All right, so the first topic we're gonna dive into is crowds/happenings to be aware of for May 2026 if you are traveling to Walt Disney World. And the first two are going to be cheer competitions. So the first cheer competition that I wanna mention is April 30th through May 3rd. And that is the Summit Championship. And then there's also the D2 Summit, which happens May 8th through May 10th. The reason these are important is one, you can expect some elevated crowd levels as the cheer girls are going to be going to the parks with their families, with their teams. There's going to be a lot more traffic around that time. And one thing to note is they are typically staying at those all-star resorts. So all-star sports, all-star music, and all-star movies may have some elevated crowd levels if you are staying there or considering staying there. That's just something that you probably want to be aware of around that time frame. The next thing to be aware of is Memorial Day weekend. So Memorial Day is May 25th. So anywhere from about Thursday before that to the Tuesday after, with families kicking off summer or the parents having a bit of a longer weekend, you can expect some elevated crowd levels around that time as well. May 4th, any Star Wars fans know this is May the 4th. So with the Star Wars area, Batuu, Galaxy's Edge being at Hollywood Studios, you might expect some elevated crowd levels on May 4th, specifically at Hollywood Studios for any Star Wars fans that are attending that day. Mother's Day is May 10th. This doesn't typically affect crowd levels, but it is something to note just in case that day is a little bit busier in certain areas of the park or resort. The Flower and Garden Festival, May is the last full month of the Flower and Garden Festival as that ends on June 1st. So towards the end of the month, there might be some elevated crowd levels even with locals that are coming back to just get their last second snags of some of those booths at the festival before that ends June 1st. And Cool Kids Summer does start on May 26th, so that's not really until the end of the month, but that does include a free water park day on your arrival day that you can look forward to if you're going to be there during those dates. Next, we're moving on to weather. So May is kind of the start of the consistently hot weather at Disney World, so this is definitely something to take into account. You can expect anywhere from lows of upper 60s, low 70s, but it still can be in the upper 60s those days, and then high upper 80s or even low 90s for the high. So anywhere in that range kind of expect, which means that you might be ready to kind of shed bringing multiple layers, but we'll get into that when we talk about what to pack, because I do always suggest bringing at least one sweatshirt for indoor, different things like that. May is also, since it's kind of kicking off summer in Florida, it's going to kick off some rainy season for Florida. And so you can see a lot of scattered showers during your day. It might come in the afternoon for like 5 minutes. It might come in the morning super quick for 20, 30 minutes. It could just be on and off all day. You never know. So definitely plan ahead with that. Do not panic if it rains. Don't leave the park just because it's raining. One, it's more than likely going to be in and out pretty quick with the way Florida rain gets. And two, there's a lot of people that do this. So if you can just kind of embrace the rain, you can get some lower crowd levels around that time, depending on where you're at and what you're trying to take advantage of. A pro tip when it comes to kind of tying in these two things, the crowd levels and the weather, take advantage of early entry. If you are staying on property, arrive early, take advantage of early entry, have a rope drop strategy in place. Being able to take advantage of early entry, one, helps you avoid some of the bigger crowds because you get in before other people, and two, it helps you avoid the hottest heat of the day in the afternoon, if you can get there early, get some things done, and then go back to your resort for pool time or even just a midday break out of the sun, that is going to help with both of those things if you plan ahead accordingly. That being said, I do help my clients navigate what makes the most sense for them when it comes to early entry, answer questions for them, rope drop strategy. So I will leave my planning link below if you are interested in something like that or getting assistance with that type of navigation. Next, we're gonna talk about what to pack. So this is big into thinking ahead of what that weather is going to be like, because since it is going to be hot, even if it's not full summer where you're at, it's going to feel pretty close to full summer when you are in Orlando. And again, this is when you're going to start seeing that consistently hot weather, those consistently hot temps. So you're going to want to plan ahead and pack light breathable clothing, comfortable shoes, maybe a pair of comfortable sandals. I don't know if anybody's like me. I just hate. I know you're walking a lot at Disney, so I do bring both, but I really hate wearing socks and shoes when it is hot outside. So consider that. If you have some comfortable sandals, Tevas, anything like that, consider bringing those with a pair of tennis shoes so you can at least rotate. Or if that rain comes in and gets your tennis shoes wet by chance, you have another pair to plan ahead and wear with. Swimsuits, of course, that way you can cool off at your resort, have some pool time. Ignore my little doggo just walking around in the background over here. Sunscreen, sunglasses, do not forget these. I have forgotten sunglasses multiple times. I have a pair specifically of Disney glasses because I forget. A lot of the times I fly out early, so it's not, like it's still dark out when I'm going to the airport. Therefore, I don't have my sunglasses physically on my face, and then I forget to put them in the bag. So don't forget that. Cooling towels, portable fans and misters, rain gear for the rain, whether that's going to come through Florida, more than likely when you're there. And I promise you, you're going to want to have that. Even if you get lucky and get no rain on your trip, you would rather have that in case than not have it and get rained on. And yes, Disney does have some options in the gift shops if it is an emergency, but if you can plan ahead, you're going to save a lot of money by bringing your own rain jackets, stroller covers, ponchos, different things like that ahead of time. Trust me on this one, you can get like 3 ponchos for the price of one that Disney sells, etc. I personally am planning to plan my summer trips with a rain jacket because I've done the cheap ponchos before and then I feel like they're just really hard to reuse and they get all bundled up and blah. That's just my personal preference. But either way, make sure you're planning ahead with that rain gear. As a side note, if you are a mama, fellow girly, you have little girls, I highly suggest something like athletic dresses, athletic skirts when it comes to what you're actually going to wear. I have worn like the biker shorts with Disney t-shirts and different things like that, or even jean shorts with a cute top. Trust me, the lighter, the breezier, the better. And you can still, if you're wanting to style a cute outfit, you can find cute athletic dresses and pair it with a cute pair of ears, wear a cute bag, have cute accessories, whatever, and you're going to be a lot cooler in that type of outfit. Last but not least, definitely not least, bring refillable waters. Plan ahead for hydration. If you don't want to do refillable water bottles for some reason, when you order your groceries on your check-in day, order a bulk of water bottles that you can bring into the park with you. If you want to bring a cooler, if you want to plan for ice, whatever the case might be, if you want to bring hydration packets. I know some people do like a hydration pack in the morning to kind of prepare for their day and then bring water as they go. Trust me on this one. Don't just say, oh, we'll get water at the parks. We'll drink water when we need it. With how hot it gets at Disney, you want to plan ahead to stay hydrated so that you feel your best during your park day. Next up is park events. So there are a few different park events that are happening in May, starting with after hours events. So after hours is a separately ticketed event that basically gets you into the park after the normal hours with the purpose of being able to get a little bit more done with those lower crowd levels. For Magic Kingdom, that is going to be happening May 4th, 11th, 18th, and the 25th. For EPCOT, that is going to be May 21st, and Hollywood Studios will have after hours on May 6th, 14th, and 20th. Again, these are separately ticketed events, so people will be technically there after park closes, but they can arrive earlier, which we'll talk about in just a second. Along with after hours events, there are also some extended evening hours available in the month of May, which is for deluxe guests specifically. So one, if you are staying deluxe, make sure you know these ahead of time in case you want to take advantage of those. But for Magic Kingdom, that's going to be May 6th, 20th, and 27th. EPCOT is May 18th and 25th. Hollywood Studios is May 11th, and then Animal Kingdom has 2 days here for May 4th and May 13th. Because of the nature of these events, yes, they are after hours or extended hours, i.e. they're happening after normal park day, but with the after hours events, those guests can show up a couple hours before the park actually closes, and with extended evening hours, of course, they can still do that. If they have a park ticket, they can show up a little bit before the park closes to start doing things. So just know that you might see some elevated crowd levels towards the end of the park day on these dates, specifically if you are in that park on that day. The last section we're going to cover here is closings and or refurbishments to be aware of in the different parks. So we're going to start with Magic Kingdom. Big Thunder Mountain has been closed for a while now for refurbishment. However, Disney announced that that is scheduled to reopen on May 3rd. So it should be back open for the majority of the month of May. That being said, the Frontierland train station is still closed with the construction going on for the Villains Land, etc. back there. So just note that if you're trying to use that train station for any reason. Moving over to EPCOT, Beauty and the Beast Sing-Along is still temporarily closed. Disney at this time hasn't given us a reopen date to be aware of. Just know that Beauty and the Beast Sing-Along is temporarily closed just for the routine maintenance. Hollywood Studios Rock and Roller Coaster, as you may know, was closed to be rethemed to Muppets. Opinions aside here, they did announce via Disney recently that they are going to be reopening that May 26th. So it's still going to be out of commission for a lot of the month of May, but it is going to open basically the same date as Cool Kids Summer starts, May 26th. So if you're going at the end of May, check out the Muppets retheme of the Rock and Roller Coaster. Animal Kingdom. This is not new information, but Dinoland, as a reminder, is closed as they work on that new area for Tropical Americas that is going to be coming to Animal Kingdom. And along with kind of the summer things, the Cool Kids Summer, Rafiki's Planet Watch is closed. Majority of that is closed for the retheming of the Bluey area that is going to be coming for this summer. Moving on to the water parks specifically and what you can expect there. Blizzard Beach is currently open, and then Typhoon Lagoon is actually going to open on May 12th. So starting May 12th, both water parks are actually going to be open. And then starting May 26th, as I mentioned previously, when Cool Kids Summer starts is when you can also get that free water park entry on your arrival day. So that starts again May 26th. You can pick which water park you want to go to in that scenario since they will both be open, and your ticket for that is going to appear in your My Disney Experience app on your check-in day. And speaking of Cool Kids Summer, I will be sharing kind of an overview of what to expect with Cool Kids Summer 2026, kind of a quick guide to that if you're planning to go this summer or you're thinking about going this summer and just want to know what to expect. I'll be sharing that in the next week or two, so make sure to subscribe and catch that here in the next couple weeks. Now that we've rounded that out, if keeping track of all of this feels overwhelming, trust me, I know. I mean, I'm sure you can tell that I've been double checking my notes, making sure I'm getting all the dates right, different things like that, because it is a lot, but this is absolutely something that I help my clients navigate through, be aware of as they are going into their vacations, and work hand in hand with them on what's going to make the most sense for them and their families. So if you are interested in taking advantage of those complimentary travel services, I'm going to leave my link below and feel free to fill that out, and let's get started with getting a hold of what's gonna make the most magic for your family in your upcoming Disney vacation. If this was helpful, make sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe for more happenings and to stay in the know for the upcoming months when it comes to Walt Disney World, tips and tricks, and even some vlogs that will be coming from this summer where you can see how I do Disney, live updates on what's going on with Cool Kids Summer, reviews for new resorts I'll be staying at, etc. Again, I am here to help tailor the magic specifically to you and your family, because that is what is important about your Disney vacation. It's not about some must-dos you need to check off a list. It's about what you must do, what makes the most sense for your family, and how you're going to get the most magic out of those memories. Thanks for being here, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.